7 months ago, I made a now deleted video where I announced that I was going to make a whole series where I use programming languages used to make websites to make video games. But if you look at my catalog of videos, you realize that all my videos are made with a game engine. And there are 3 reasons why. 1. Game engine games look better than games made with website programming. 2. I couldn't just find the resources I was looking for. I watched a tutorial from a guy called Knife Circus. I tried the code and it didn't work. So I went to his GitHub, I copied his code and I tried using it and it still didn't work even once. So then I met this guy who helped me make a game, but I just never understood the logic at that time and I was really confused. So he sent me this Mozilla article and after reading through it to like the 4th, 6th page, I just kind of lost interest. And the 3rd reason is because I'm a lazy f***. But recently, the chat from Soullearn, which is an app used to learn coding and more, made a whole course on how to make games using web programming. So I thought I'd do it, and it's just 28 chapters long. But before we start, I'm going to give an analogy to explain how web development works. There are 3 things here: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML is what basically makes the sketch or drawing of the website. CSS is basically what makes the website look the way it looks, and JavaScript tells the website what to do. The beginning section of this course was the basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which I passed with flying colors. During this course, we will use HTML5, CSS, and Java. Please, Java. What do we need to run HTML code? A touchscreen. The advantage of building games with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript is that, please, we don't need any coding. In the second section, I learned how to draw shapes using Canvas. But what is Canvas? Canvas is like Canvas in real life used for painting, just that it's digital and used for digital painting. You can use it to make a square, you can use it to make a circle, and you can use it to make a disk. And the final section is the core mechanics and concepts used for making games. While doing this lesson, I had to test the code myself, but the only way to test code is if you have Soullearn Pro. So I clicked on free trial and they took away all my money. Oh god. I did beg for a refund, so they gave me back my money, so yay. Anyways, let's get into making the game. I was thinking of making a game like Snake, but not like Snake because I'm creative and unique. We start with this square, which is the canvas I was talking about. Then I made the canvas longer and possibly fucking up the way everything will look later on. But whatever, a little bit of coding and errors, a little bit of coding and a small blue box, then a big blue box. Despite having the same width and height, it's not a box but a rectangle because of how much I stretched out the canvas height. Anyways, now we have buttons, but they don't do anything yet because I haven't told them what to do. Once you touch and hold any of these buttons with a mouse or screen, it uses this code to change the value of dir, which is the direction the box should move to. 4 means up, 3 is down, 2 is left, and 1 is right. And when you stop holding the button, dir is 0, which is don't move. Now we use this one line of code so objects can actually move in the canvas. And now we have 2 problems. The first one is that the canvas is painting, which is what the canvas is normally used for, but I just want to move a square around. 1 line of code after and it now moves without painting on the canvas. Our second problem is that the square moves according to the capacity of the computer. If the computer is slow, it moves slow, and if the computer is fast, it moves fast. And while I can leave this in as a future and say it's a you problem if it affects your experience negatively, I won't because I believe in equality. So instead of moving the box according to frames, we move the box according to time passed. And now it's moved the same on every computer. In Snake we have fruit, in my game we have smaller rectangle, which can't do anything yet. Using math.random, it spawns in a different position every time you run the code. Using this code, anytime the player collides with the fruit, it deletes the fruit and respawns it in a different location. In Snake we have wall collision. In this game you have an annoying prompt that never leaves your screen. Then I made a scoreboard to count the number of fruits that have been eaten by the box. Now when you collide with the walls, instead of these annoying prompts, I just banish the player far away from the canvas, which is the first way to do it. Now the second way to do it is to just erase the canvas, but that deletes the scoreboard too. So I use the first method. If the reset button is tapped, it brings back the box to the canvas and resets the score. Now you're probably asking yourself, what's unique and creative here? because this looks exactly like snake. But here's where my high IQ and creativity comes in place. Instead of the snake growing long, it becomes big. Calm down. The goal is to get a high score without getting too big and hitting the boundary, which will game end the player. Now it was time to add some swagger to the game. Make the buttons swag. Mess around with the colors. More. 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 I like this one. And I finally figured out how to make everything be an actual square instead of a rectangle. A big thank you to MameFrog for helping out with this. If you have any game idea you want to see me make using this method, leave it in the comment section and hopefully I don't bully you. I really hope you guys liked this video because the editing and content is kind of different from my normal stuff. So if you liked it, make sure to tell me so I do more like this. Any relevant links to anything will be in the description. Anyways, thanks for watching and goodbye.